Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It's White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. So, to recap tonight's episode, they're coming back from camp after the NECA vote out, and Cody is, he's upset because NECA was in his alliance, and, it sucks when your alliance member's gone, but, he doesn't seem like he's going to make that about his whole game now, if you know what I mean. So they're dealing with that. And then on the Yellow Tribe, you have Gabler and Ellie seem to be going at it. I guess a way to describe it is they both have two strong personalities, and they're arguing over the fire. But it all stems from the fact that Ellie went through Gabler's bag, so she's like a huge threat out there, and she can't be trusted. So you get to the reward challenge, and it's a very interesting reward because you have the opportunity to take something from another person's camp. So it could be like fishing gear, could be a tarp, anything. And we haven't seen that. Like, I'm doing a whole Survivor rewatch, and we haven't seen that since the Pearl Island season. So this is pretty interesting. The only thing that's exempt from it is the flint. And simple enough. Basically the challenge was they had to have somebody throw a ball, knock these blocks over, and then they had to walk on these blocks only using their feet to get to the other side, and then they had to land the sandbag on these circles. And yeah, it was intense to watch. I don't know how they did it with their feet. I would have been falling all over the place. So it ended up being yellow. No. Ended up being red that won the reward. So they were debating on who they should steal from, because yellow has the most stuff, like the fruit and everything, but the blue tribe just has a machete and everything. But they ultimately decide to go to the blue tribe because they haven't lost a challenge yet, and they're all the strongest tribe out there. So they want to take stuff from them, and thinking about it, that's actually pretty smart. So they send Cody, and at first I'm thinking, oh my god, this is going to be a big fuck up, but oh my god, like, he was an expert negotiator. I have to give the guy credit. He is really playing the game out there. So he originally said to them that he wanted the machete, and they said no, because that's their only source of food. How they make stuff and everything. But then he said, okay, well, could I have the fishing gear and some of your limes and everything? So yeah, he actually left with more than he said, than he asked for. So yeah, I have to give Cody a ton of credit. So you get to the immunity challenge, and they basically have to, it's a little complicated because they had to get through this net. They had to drag these bags through this net, and then they had to untie the bags, and they had to make these blocks into a square. They had to take the square apart and take it up this rope ladder, and then they had to take it up and make it into a triangle. And it was pretty close there for a while, but it ended up being red and yellow that sent blue the tribal council. And the interesting thing, and what should be an eye-opening thing, is that red was helping yellow win. So that sends a red flag, because when the merge comes, it could easily be them two teaming up, and then they just pick off blue one by one. So blue's going to tribal council, and the names that are coming up is Cassidy, because they don't believe Cassidy can be trusted. According to what Gio and Ryan are saying, they don't think that she could be trusted. On the other side, they want Gio gone because they believe that he's trying to call the shots out there. So it seems like it's going to be an easy vote because there's a majority. You have James, Lindsay, Cassidy, and Carla. So everything's smooth sailing. But then Lindsay points out that nothing in Survivor is that easy. And she has a point. Usually when things are that easy is when it's coming for you. But she's getting very paranoid, and she's making people question their decisions, which I'm like, I like Lindsay, but I'm like, do not shoot yourself in the foot, because I'm just watching this. I'm like, oh my god, she's going to end up going home, isn't she? So they get to tribal council, and they're basically, you know, talking about how well they've been doing, and they brought up how the other tribes were helping each other, and how that's like a wake-up call, and how there is some paranoia out there, but different people have different versions of paranoia, and it's basically like, how is that potentially going to affect their game and the whole tribe's game? Because if you are so paranoid, the paranoia is going to spread, and that's going to go to the whole tribe. So in reality, you know, you might want to get somebody out, but if somebody's too paranoid, you might want to just get them out for camp morale. And it ended up being Lindsay that got sent home, and that was when I did not want to get sent home. Like, she was a wild card pick for me. I thought, you know, because older women don't tend to do well in Survivor. I mean, past seasons, they have been doing pretty good. But she really shot herself in the foot, because had she not been paranoid, had she just listened to her alliance and went for the vote, she still would have been there. It's as simple as that. Like, I just was like, she could have had a good thing going, but yeah. So now the girls are on the bottom on the other tribe, on the blue tribe, but they still have the alliance because they have James. So we'll see how that goes. Next week seems like lines are going to be crossed, and it's going to be all like chaos and everything. So I'm like, ooh. Like, I think Blue gets back to camp at setting the scenes, and Gio's all pissed off, and then so I think they go on a summit, and something happens that changes the game, and Owen, I couldn't see who the other two were, but it was clear as day Owen was in the summit, and it's apparently game-changing. So I'm like, is it a chance to find another idol, or what is it? We won't know till next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Survivor. If you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS, or you can live stream it on Paramount+. Till next time, stay regal.